सोचा उनके पास थी
उधरों मार शायद सब सर
सारी शल तो उधर जा ही नहीं रहे थे सारी इधर जा रही है हवा इस साइड है ना
And those are the very dramatic pictures on your screens coming in from Islamabad in Pakistan, where shoot-at-sight orders have been given for all Imran Khan supporters. In fact, heavy deployment of the Pakistan army, and orders have been given that Imran Khan supporters must be shot down. Pakistan army having issued those orders of shoot at sight. There you see those dramatic pictures coming in, as we are also learning that after protests by Imran Khan's party, 6 security personnel who've been gunned down, clashes have erupted in full swing in Islamabad as supporters of jailed former Prime Minister Imran Khan protested. For paramilitary personnel, 2 policemen were also killed as a part of these clashes. Over 100 security personnel who were injured. The army was deployed with shoot-at-sight orders, the government offering an alternative protest venue, but protesters attempted to reach D Chowk. Despite a ban on rallies, educational institutions have also been shut down due to this unrest. 4 paramilitary personnel, 2 policemen who've been killed. Over 100 security personnel have been injured as the protests by supporters of jailed former Prime Minister Imran Khan turned violent, prompting the federal government to deploy the army in Islamabad along with shoot-at-sight orders. This is what the state media has been putting out so far. Heavy deployment of the Pakistan army after there was a tensed standoff between Imran Khan supporters and the Pakistan army. In fact, PTI supporters who pushed forward, removing all the hurdles on their way to Islamabad's D Chowk venue, as the government has vowed to foil their attempt, even if a curfew needs to be imposed, is what the government has stated. Let me cut across to Kritar, joining us from the newsroom with further details as we stay with these very dramatic pictures. Kritar, the situation certainly escalating on the ground.
Indeed, and the situation has been very critical in Pakistan recently, especially yesterday, since a 180-kilometer long march from Peshawar was started towards the national capital. These are PTI supporters or Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf supporters of Imran Khan's party who are constantly demanding his release, who has now been in jail for over many months now. The party's protests are also led by Khan's wife and Amin Ali, the chief minister of the northern Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, where Khan's party remains in power. We have seen that also during the transition of power around last year, when Shehbaz Sharif was elected the new prime minister, there were also massive protests against the incumbent government in Pakistan, and now once again Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf showing ground support, and we see a lot of dramatic visuals coming in from Pakistan where smoke gas and tear gas cans have also been fired by the police, and in a clear attempt to blockade the road at which from where Peshawar, about 100 kilometers away from the national capital of Islamabad, protesters are marching slowly towards the capital city. As the situation escalates in Pakistan, what will this eventually result into is something that remains to be seen. However, for now, the situation is extremely tense, and the death toll is also heard to be increasing at around 6 death reports coming in from Pakistan as of now, with the protests taking a very dramatic turn, Soisha.
In fact, the death toll could well mount because certain reports also suggest how Pakistan Rangers personnel killed 4 ranger officials on the Srinagar highway in Islamabad. That happened late Monday night. 5 other ranger personnel and several police officials who also sustained severe injuries. In fact, about 5 kilometers from that spot, a bunch of miscreants equipped with weapons and ammunition pelted stones on the rangers' personnel and carried out indiscriminate firing on the security personnel in Rawalpindi. It has also reported that 2 policemen were killed. So all in all, Kritarth, this situation could really be worse than what actually is being reported, because the death toll could certainly be mounting given the kind of damage that is happening on both sides. And the outskirts of Islamabad, where these clashes are underway.
Indeed, and what we are recollecting so far is that shoot at sight orders have also been issued in Pakistan. So you can understand the manner and the pressure in which the central government of Pakistan is in after the massive protest and mobilization by the PTI protesters. Around 150 cases against Imran Khan Suesha, in which he's in jail, and one after the other. As soon as he gets bail in one case, he's already put into prison for something else. So this has been going on for about over a year now, and PTI is clearly getting more and more agitated, clearly descending into the streets this time.
Right, Kritarth, do stay on. I'm being told that Gursimran is also joining us on the broadcast with further details on these clashes. Over to you, Gursimran, to what more you're picking in terms of action by the Pakistan Army against these protesters.
Yes, the Pakistani army has also been called in. This is to assist the Pakistani Rangers in the prevailing situation. That is what the order by the Federal Ministry has said. Now what is happening that with each passing minute the situation is escalating, because the PTI supporters and the Awam of the Pakistan, they have refused to bow down to the atrocities of the Pakistani Rangers and the Pakistani establishment, because for long they have been hearing that Imran Khan has been responsible for what is going on in the Pakistan. But if we speak of the federal government led by the Nawaz in Pakistan, that has always been putting a blame on the predecessors on the Imran Khan side. But when it comes to the law and order situation or the rising inflation, that has always been a serious concern for the common people of the Pakistan. Yesterday we saw how all the entrances to the D Chowk was blocked. Rather, all the entrances to Islamabad was blocked by the big containers that were put on place, and then the violent clashes that broke out that led to the loss of life on both the sides. But the PTI has made it amply clear that this is not going to be like the September 9 protest or the protest that they have called in the month of October, but later was called off by Imran Khan himself. They have said that this is going to be a decider protest that will decide that what the people of the Pakistan actually wants. They do not want a government that has come into the power using those external powers and also with the help of the Pakistani army. So now the way Pakistani Rangers and the Pakistani army hand in glove are committing atrocities on the people, those who are part of this protest, this clearly shows that this is just to retain the power which the Shahbaz Sharif got after almost after a tenure, and also with the active support of the Pakistani army. They do not want to lose it, and that is why we are witnessing that how the people, the common people of the Pakistan, those who have come up for the cause, that is, they want the relief that are being committed atrocities upon by the Pakistani authorities.
Oh yes, Gursimran, do stay on. Let's quickly cut across to Kasper also. I believe he's joining us from Islamabad to give us a sense of what actually is happening on the ground as we stay with these pictures. Over to you, Kasper.
Well, let me tell you that I'm here in Islamabad, and it's just like undeclared curfew in Islamabad. And one thing that is really important is that now the Pakistani government and Pakistan armed forces are on the same page. There is no doubt about that. But thing is, they have been cornered. Let me tell you that the residents of Islamabad cannot go outside from Islamabad, and even nobody can come to visit them in Islamabad as well. This is just like you are sitting in Delhi and you cannot go to other parts of country, and not from your relatives and the family members cannot visit you in Delhi as well. Same is the situation here. There have been imposed restrictions on internet and all sort of communication, and public is actually in a fix. And when we talk about the resident of Islamabad, they are actually perturbed. On one side, they are facing the curfew-like situation, and on the other hand, the thousands of the people have actually blocked their way, and the government is also a party as well. One thing. And second thing is that this is happening at a time when one of the very dearest countries, the president, a high-power delegation from Belarus is visiting Islamabad. So, in a nutshell, I was just speaking to some of a high-up in Pakistan, and he just told me in a liner, Mr. Kasper, Pakistan don't need any other enemy, because on one side, the people of Pakistan, a very few section, then just 20% of the total population of Pakistan are actually have been brought against this state. And let me tell you, these are the people. Imagine they are being led by the provincial government of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, only Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. And in local, you can say that jathas from the provincial government of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, led by their chief minister, they have actually stormed against the Pakistan's government and the Pakistan's armed forces as well. So this is the situation. Everybody in Islamabad are stunned. No, the government is actually trying to establish its writ. Now, let me tell you in a one-liner that in a tit-for-tat manner, Pakistan's government, backed by Pakistan armed forces, are struggling against its own people who are armed with AK-47, light machine guns, and even they are having the military-grade weapons against the state as well. So, what I have spoken to my sources in Pakistan armed forces and Pakistan government, they said, Mr. Klasra, this is a defying moment for government of Pakistan, for the state of Pakistan. Either it will go and will leave the room for these armed protesters, and on the other hand, it is doing its utmost efforts against them to make sure that state is there, state's writ will be ensured. So it's a tit for tat. The Islamabad, the federal capital, has been turned into a battlefield. It appears to me that situation even in Gaza and Israel connection, they may be not comparable with what is unfolding here in Islamabad. It is a battlefield, and it is unprecedented in history of Pakistan.
All right, Kaswar, Gursimran, and even Kritarth, I want to thank you for getting us all those details. We continue to keep a close eye on the situation where it is the Pakistan government that is blaming these protesters, these PTI supporters, for all the mayhem that is out there on the streets of Islamabad. But what eventually turns out, we are tracking. For the moment, we move on. All right, getting at the latest on the situation in Sambal, where political blame game is on in full swing. Last, we told you a couple of minutes ago how an SP delegation is to visit Sambal. Now we're learning that Rahul Gandhi will also visit violence-hit Sambal. We are unsure at this point whether Rahul Gandhi will combine this visit with SP Chief Akhilesh Yadav, or whether these will be two separate visits that the SP and Congress will hold. But the situation is certainly extremely sensitive in Sambal, and even as the police is investigating, trying to ensure that things slowly go back to normal, whether this is yet another opportunity of political tourism, or both Congress and SP wanting to go there to meet with the locals to get a sense of